So this build is nothing new. I've looked at this quite a few times before, but I did change it up a lot with my newest iteration. I guess I just remade it basically. So this one is well a ton better. And I'm going to show the things I've changed from it. So, well, this is, you know, this is like a pretty old build now. It's probably like half a year old. A little more, a little less, I don't know. So, some things like this is still like a decent build. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it could be a lot better. So I changed it like almost entirely. So what did I change? Well, I'm going to just let you view them side by side, and then I'm going to explain what I've done and how you do it. So here you can see like the difference. They're still like it's both the F-16s, right? So they're not that different. Like it's still like pretty much the same shape, but I did do a lot of stuff quite differently. So the first thing we're going to start off with is this tail. This tail, well, you can see the old tail here. This is it in build mode, which is, it's fairly complex in build mode still. Like, even though it really doesn't need to be this complex. Like, it's not needed at all. Yeah, right here it is. This doesn't even go up to the top and stuff. So what I've done here is a simple hinge. Is like under here there's a simple hinge. It just mushes itself into that. So you get like a pretty good looking tail, I'd say. Another thing I've changed is put a light on there. And just add a general detail too. I did remove the guns from this one. Why did I? Well, the guns are on either side of this one. I didn't like it, so I just removed it. Sometimes more is less, or less is more, you know. Sometimes it's just better. So another thing I've changed is the nose. So I have done a little trick which I saw. I think one of yesterday's builds, like the person, not yesterday. And that's using these lights. These lights look pretty good, if you'd ask me. It does give a nice rounded feel. Where here, like the nose was definitely too chunky. Like it didn't look very. Yeah, it's just big. Which I changed. I also changed the way the cockpit mushes in with the pistons completely, because there's only one piston. I basically no, it's just mushed in a little further. Changed the shape up a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to say with the zero drag, but you can see here it's on 0.19 and it's one block lower, and that's why it works. You get this nice shape. So I haven't really discussed any building tricks apart from the front thing and the tail, I guess. That's all I've discussed. So I've also decided to use the spoilers, or no, the hood, the thingamabob. What is it called in here? Long hood. Yeah, okay. It gives it quite a nice shape, which this thing really lacks. This is just straight, like completely straight. The same for the underside here, which F-16 has kind of a flat underside. So what I did add is fuel tanks. So what I've really been liking lately is fuel tanks. Like, they add a lot to a build. Just let's just try and take it off and look at it. Yeah, it just adds a lot having stuff under the wings, you know. Just, you know, an actual plane would have stuff under there, so it makes sense to have it. So it made me get rid of the guns basically, but that's okay. Also changed up the flight controls and added like the little, like the V-shaped or well upside down V-shaped ailerons, basically. It doesn't turn as fast anymore because I didn't like how fast it turns because, well, it's an F-16, it doesn't do cobras, but it is pretty agile still. Well, agile enough, I'd say. And it goes like 200 kilometers an hour slower, this one. Because I thought, like, especially for Trailmakers, you don't need your planes to go extremely fast. It doesn't make them better. Like, the turn rate is still, like, fine. Also changed the map up a bit. Updated it a bit more. So, now for one of the biggest things I've changed. Also, I have broken one of my own rules by having lift in the back because it was really pitching up. Having somewhat more lift in the back helps a lot. She flies really well now, so small little detail, you can eject the or get rid of the fuel tanks. So I have changed a few more things. And some people probably have already spotted it. So, you know, since I have built a plane, I've gotten DLC, so I use DLC skins, obviously. That's not a weird thing to do, but in the back, like having DLC for planes here in the back, especially with these engines, looks a lot better. And one more thing, and this is probably one of the last things. This has been a very short video, I know. Modular wings, and then with a little hinge, which is that one under there, like glitching those wings basically into the rest of the wing gives this really nice look. And if you look at it in the real F-16, they basically have this weird, well, it's basically the only plane that has that, but you know, it works really well for it. Ow. Yeah, you should, it's not a carrier aircraft at all, but you know, Trailmakers. So there is one detail I decided to ignore, which the real F-16 has fins here, and I should have it on, if I remove this, like, I do have them on the big one, like right here, but they're really quite small. It's these little guys. But yeah, I decided not to add those because it gives this plane a harder time taking off. Oh, look at this. These wings look weird. One of the things I should probably change. The rest of the plane is pretty good though. But yeah, I didn't add these little fins on the underside because it makes it harder to take off. Because I never actually added landing gear. Landing gear in this game is pure pain. I've suggested it in the Discord. They don't want to add it, the devs, so too bad, I guess. Oh yeah, landing gear is a bit of a problem. I also tried to add it on the FA-18, but it just didn't want to work, so I gave up. You know, it sits on the ground fairly nicely, so it's okay. Yeah, those are a few building tricks, probably like 5 or something. But I'm probably just going to call this video how to detail a build or something. But yeah, like these kind of small details do really improve builds. That's basically what I want. The point of the video. Like it may be small and a lot of people mightn't even notice it, but like it makes. Yeah, it barely makes a difference, but when you see it, you see it. You know, it does add a lot to the build. So, like for your next build, try it and you know see if it works for you. Do you think it adds a lot to have a few of these little tricks, or just these little details? Because yeah, like it does really bring a build together, which you see a lot of builds just without those kind of things, and you know, There's a lot more potential in them. So yeah, that's basically what this video is about. That's already it. It's only been 10 minutes, but you know, I have been playing Insurgency Sandstorm the entire week, basically. It's a lot of fun. Well, I'll see you guys next week, I guess.